Good afternoon from Delta Dental Stadium in Manchester, New Hampshire. This is the 2022 NHIAA Service Credit Union Baseball Championships in conjunction with FNL-NH Media and NFHS Network. This is the Division IV Baseball State Championship between the third-seeded Sunapee Lakers and the fourth-seeded Newmarket Mules. Hi, everybody. Brett Franklin joined by Steve Beals. Game 2 of our quadruple header here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium as the Mules and the Lakers going at it, as Monadnock taking the Division III state championship in Game 1, where we had one program, been there, done that, Steve, taking on against Interlakes, which hadn't been there before. Here we got two programs, storied programs in Division IV going at it.
I've always found Division IV, I was just talking to my son about that, Division IV to be an exciting division. The spirit of the crowds and the they kind of go under the radar, and now they're coming out to the big venue now, and they feel it and they show it. And I don't expect any less of these two programs, as you said, story programs today. As far as things a little different from the first game, the weather's warmed up quite a bit, and it's going to be interesting to see how the stamina of the players handles as it gets into the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. I would expect to be in shape, shouldn't be a problem, but it is a little more humid. If it's anything like the first game, some of the home runs, some of the drives into the gaps, I'm expecting the baseball's going to pop off the bat in this warm weather a little bit more. So hopefully we get some good hitting and some good pitching at the same time. Looking forward to this game, and as the crowd files in, expect a good one. The officials today in the first game I thought were outstanding. It never fails to amaze me at the effort and the commitment that these officials put in and how good they really are at the high school level. They do a fantastic job. So just want to call out a little attention to them. Brett, our first game together in the books, really enjoyed it. Look forward to this one.
Looking forward to this one. As you mentioned, Steve, the Mules and the Lakers going at it here in Division IV. Sunapee, the third seed. They're 16-4 overall, and they got here by defeating 14th-seeded Lisbon 11-5, and then defeated 6th-seeded Colebrook 6-1 in the quarterfinals, and then blanked Gorham 3-0 to get to this very point. Meanwhile, Newmarket, they're going for the three-peat, if you will. They won it in 2019, of course, no tournament in 2020. Won it last year in 2021.
Yep.
They got off to an interesting start. They started the season 2-2, and then their last 9 games they went 7-2 to earn the number 4 seed in their journey. All 3 of their playoff games won by 1 run. That included the first round game beating 13th seeded Hinsdale 1-0. Then they beat 5th seeded Littleton 10-9, and then walked off in the bottom of the 8th inning against 9th seeded Wilton Lineborough 8-7. So. You look at Newmarket, and really tough start to the season.
Yep.
And they get red hot, and then they win some squeakers, and now they're here in a familiar situation.
What did Sunapee finish up at? They were
13-4, and they were the number 3 seed.
Yeah. So when you look at this game, I kind of felt when I went in, you could tell that the Lakers were kind of young, but boy, they impressed me. They're on the road to a good future, it seems to me. Monadnock just seemed really special as far as a team. They had it all together. You could see it in pregame. Not really surprised with the outcome. This one, little hard to watch pregame. Both pregames looks like a little more parity here. We could be in for a tighter game. I really think that Monadnock, if just to kind of recap that last game before we move on to this one, put that one fully in the books. I thought that Interlakes had an opportunity with certain plays at certain times that game might have been a little closer. My sense is this one where it's going to be a little more of a ratchet game where it's kind of back and forth. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, again, Monadnock taking the Division III state championship 11-2, and they made an impression and, of course, solidified their perfect season going 20-0. Meeting of the head coaches down at home plate, of course, Stan Jerkois for Newmarket, and then Tom Frederick who's also the athletic director for Sunapee as well, shaking hands with the umpires down below. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we'll start with the visiting Mules of Newmarket, 14-5 overall record. They finished the regular season at 11-5, and their starting lineup will feature this. Cam Moran will lead off and play catcher. It's Andrew Berthume. He'll bat second, and he'll play second base. Cooper Mills is the third baseman, and he'll bat third. Nick Nigro is the pitcher, and he'll bat cleanup. Graham Willerer is the DH. He'll bat fifth. Caleb Cacchetti is the shortstop. He'll bat sixth. Caleb Smith is the left fielder. He will bat seventh. And then it's Parker Schweitzer is the first baseman. He will bat eighth. And then Gus Vigorito is the center fielder, and he will bat ninth. Alex Dyer is going to be the flex position. He is out in right field. Starting lineup for the Sunapee Lakers, it'll be Sam Flint leading off and playing shortstop. Jonah Flint is the second baseman. He'll wear number 0. Don't see that number too often in baseball. Andrew Claus is batting third. He'll play center field. Hunter Morse is the cleanup hitter playing left field. Drew Clifford is the catcher. He'll bat fifth. Cole Fair is the DH. He'll bat sixth. Finn Flint will be the pitcher, and he'll bat seventh. Jacob Stoughton is the first baseman batting eighth. And Eric Nangeroni will be playing right field and bat ninth. And again, they will face Finn Flint. John Roth is the flex player for Sunapee, and he will play third base. So Sunapee is the home team, and they will wear their white jerseys as they get set here. They take the field. And again, the Lakers and Newmarket, they have a little bit of a history, if you will. They didn't meet in the regular season this year. Another game in which the two teams did not meet during the regular season. Though these two teams did meet in the 2012 Division IV title game, Sunapee won it 13-1, completing a back-to-back championship run for the Lakers. And as we talked about, 9 state championships apiece for these programs. The last one for Sunapee coming in 2014. And they won it back-to-back years in 2011 and 2012.
What is the 14? Is it 14 teams in division? How far off am I? No, it's more than
20.
that. There's 20. Okay.
2 teams dropped down to Division IV this year.
Okay, so that's what happened. Okay, yeah, because I thought it was 16 at one time, and then I thought it dropped down to 14. But it must have been Okay, so still good-sized divisions, a lot of travel time, even though it's all pretty much in the North Country. You got Epping. That's a pretty good. Yeah. So. Yeah,
and Franklin dropped down this year too.
Franklin, yep.
So there you go. And
yeah,
you talk about the Division IV setting. How about this for Sunapee? They had to play their first. And this is typical for Sunapee due to where their field is located. It floods a lot, I believe, from the Sugar River, and so the first 6 games of the year for Sunapee were all on the road. So, and usually that is the case for Sunapee. Softball and baseball.
Maybe time to elevate that field or find some place else to
There's a little money down there near the lake. Why not?
Yeah, I hope they're not blaming global warming on that.
So we are ready. Our umpires for today: Richard Driscoll over at first base, Tom Hanwright over at third base, and then Peter DiPaolo, Lebanon, New Hampshire resident. He is our home plate umpire, gives the point of the finger, and we are underway in the Division IV state championship. Cam Moran takes ball 1. It's Moran, Berthume, and Cooper Mills, as Finn Flint is the pitcher, and he misses with ball 2. 2-0. Again, Newmarket looking for that unconventional 3 straight championship grab. Again, won it in 2019. Did not play in 2020, and then 2021 last year winning the championship.
Hopefully all that stuff's behind us.
Yes. Full windup here for Finn Flint, and the pitch is fouled off, and Flint battles back to make it 2-2. Sunapee finished out the regular season going 11-2. Again, picking up the number 3 seed. 2-2 pitch. Outside, the count run full.
Yeah, he's working all over the plate. I don't think. I think he's trying to. I think he's throwing exactly where he wants to.
Ball 4.
I don't know about there, but he's been working on both sides of the plate. Got to give credit there with the eye of the batter.
Brings up Andrew Berthume, the second baseman. One thing Monadnock was really good about in that opening game was taking advantage of runners on, moving the runners along.
Yeah, and also causing havoc with the infield. Yes. That was really impressive to me, the way they handle that. Nice pitch by Finn. But you're right, Brett. I mean, they other than that one inning where there was an overthrow at first base in the right field, they played an extremely tight game.
Pitch misses low. Berthume had 3 hits and an RBI in the semifinal win over Wilton Lineborough.
Mm-hmm.
That was a stingy Wilton Lineborough team. They upset number 1 Derryfield in the quarterfinal round. Pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. I believe it was the only division that we didn't see a number 1 seed advance to the semifinal round. Was in D4. Ground ball to the shortstop. Could be 2. He'll tag second for 1. Throw on to first is in time. 6-3 double play. Sam Flint from the shortstop position. Stoughton over at the first bag, and there's 2 away.
Well, that was a close play at first base. But I think the official got it right. Here we go. Take a close look here. If we see if we can see it. They can slow it down maybe. Nice pivot. I think he was safe. But it was close enough where it could have gone either way, really.
So the 6-3 double play.
All you can ask for is the umpire to be right on it. He was in perfect position to make the call, but I thought slow motion. It might have been a tie there, but nice turn by the Sunapee.
Pitch is fouled off. Cooper Mills, the third baseman, and he's down to the hole 0-2.
And nice slow motion replay, Ben. Good job. Appreciate that. Ben and Craig as a tandem there.
Mills had a RBI and a run scored in the semifinal win earlier this week. Pitch misses for ball 1. Almost seemed like that ball kind of died down in the grass there.
Boy,
Easy enough for Flint to make that play.
Almost like the bottom draw. Throwing sinker balls at high school or what?
Swing and a miss, and Cooper Mills goes down. And Sunapee getting the 6-3 twin killing, and then a punch out for Finn Flint. And after a half inning, no score, Sunapee coming to bat.
I think that Finn has a little bit of his stuff going right there. And, of course, the warmer it is, the more grip you can get on that ball. And when you start throwing off-speed pitch, curveballs, sliders, sinkers, you can get the action on the ball that you're really looking for. Always appreciate as a pitcher a little bit of humidity out there.
Well, while we have a chance, let's again run down the starting lineup for the Sunapee Lakers. Again, it'll be Sam Flint, who had that nice 6-3 double play there in the top half inning. He'll lead off and play shortstop. Jonah Flynn is the second baseman wearing number 0. He'll bat second. Andrew Claus is the center fielder and batting third. Hunter Morris, the cleanup hitter, playing left field. Drew Clifford's the catcher, batting 6th. Cole Fair is the DH, batting 7th. Finn Flint, our starting pitcher, batting 7th. Jacob Stoughton, the first baseman, batting 8th. And Eric Nangeroni will play right field, and he will bat 9th. And our starting pitcher for this afternoon for the Mules is Nick Nigro. Nigro getting the start here this afternoon, and Nigro is a junior. In fact, now we talk about having some returning depth. Newmarket only 3 seniors on this team, so Nigro part of the youth movement here for the Mules.
Well, when you get in Division IV level, you're going to need participation certainly from 3 classes, and in often cases, you need all 4 classes to put together. You've got to have a standout or 2 in the freshman class that can at least go in there as a backup, a strong backup, and I think depth, having any kind of depth at all in Division IV is a critical thing. It's going to give you a big advantage over those teams that don't. That's going to happen at any level, but Division IV, I think, you're going to have some disparity as far as that's concerned, so from team to team and town to town. But like any sport, a strong Little League program, feeder program is so important to get those freshmen and sophomores ready to be able to come in and participate and provide some help at the varsity level.
One of the benefits for Sunapee is they have, like a lot of the schools in Division IV, middle school and the high school right in the same building there, and Tom Frederick, who is the head coach of the Lakers, he's also the athletic director at the school, so he's got good feel as to what he's got coming up the pipeline. So,
yep.
like you said, Steve, when it comes to Division IV and some of these smaller schools, it's all hands on deck when it comes to the action as the Mules are ready. And Sunapee will lead off with the Flints. Sam Flint, Jonah Flint, and Andrew Klaus here to start things off.
Yep.
Sunapee this year, they were 6-3 on the road. Newmarket 6-2 away from their home field. As the first pitch misses high for ball one.
A lot of chatter from both dugouts here early on.
And again, the pitch misses high, 2-0.
Yeah, not really extending that front leg. Starting to come forward with the arm a little ahead of the hips, and what you want to do is you want to be able to deliver. There you go. That's better. Oh, that looked. There he goes.
Peter DePaul with a
he's not in a hurry to call the strike. I was going to say, that's not a strike.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I said that, he started correcting it. He started bringing his hips forward. The hands got to come through last. And he's increased his velocity. Yeah, he's pitching better right now. He found it.
2-2 the count. As you can see, the Sunapee fans with the banners looking a little bit less than an hour drive here down I-89 for the Laker fans.
What is Nigro's first name?
Nick.
Nick, thank you.
Called strike three as
nice.
That one catches the outside corner.
Nice job, Nick.
So Sam Flint is retired, one away for the second baseman, Jonah Flint. Yeah, we talked about earlier in Game 1, Steve, the bigger field playing here, and especially in Division 4. This certainly one of the nicer venues these guys are going to play on. That hits off the pitcher's mound and into center field for a base hit.
Yeah, I think that was a fieldable ball if that doesn't hit the mound and skid. And kind of threw the shortstop off a little bit, the timing. He had a beat on it, so little things like that don't show up in the box scores, but they got their first runner on.
Yeah, you're right. If that doesn't hit the pitcher's mound, that's probably gobbled up by Cacchetti over there at shortstop. So here's Andrew Claus, the center fielder. So first base runner of the game.
I was watching Caleb in the pregame there, and it looked to me like he's got some pretty good range in the hole. Be interested to see if how he reacts. His arm looked pretty strong. I didn't really get a lot of takes on that, but he certainly has the range.
Nigro missing there.
Yeah, he's back to that again, not stretched. Of course, it's so much different as a pitcher when you face a lefty. You got to be careful when you're coming across as a righty against a lefty because obviously the averages go up 40, 50 points when you're pitching to the opposite field. Pass ball there.
And that will advance the runner, Jonah Flint, to second.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit with his mechanics with a lefty batter. Sometimes you're trying to be a little too careful, and at some point you got to get the ball over the plate, But now with first base open, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't give him much.
2-0 the count. Now it's 3-0.
Yeah. Officials calling a tight strike zone. As long as the umpire is consistent, nobody has a problem, or should have a problem.
Again, Peter DePaulo, our home plate umpire, also a basketball official.
Yep. Doing a nice job.
Nice stop there by Moran, and that is a one-out walk issued by Nigro.
Yeah, so right from the bench, if you're a coach right now and you see that he's struggling with lefty batters, if you've got another lefty batter come up, you make sure that you take pitches unless it's right down your alley because it's clear that he's right now he's, at least with the first batter, have a little trouble getting the ball over the plate. We'll see what happens with backup right hand.
So here's Hunter Morse, the left fielder, 2 on, 1 out.
Nice pitch.
As Nigro pumps in a strike there. Sunapee, the 3 seed, 13-4 during the regular season. Looking for their 10th state championship. The pitch.
Ooh.
Into left field, but it's going to be right at the left fielder, Smith, who'll make the catch. 2 out.
Nice job by Smith recovering there. He was coming in, and that ball just kept on going. He was sharp enough. He kept his eye on the ball, stopped himself in his track, and then faded back. Didn't turn his body. You don't want to turn your body because if it goes the wrong way, he almost acted like that ball might have been knuckling a little bit because it was hit right on the schnoz. So that might have been knuckling a little bit for him.
2 on, 2 out for Drew Clifford.
First breaking ball by Nigro. Looked like some pretty good stuff there. A little bit more out in front of the plate than probably he wanted, but he was able to freeze the front shoulder of. I'm still learning the lineup here. So
Drew Clifford. And Clifford swings at the pitch, and it's 0-2.
You can tell that Nick is much more comfortable with right side batters.
Inning led off with a strikeout, single and a walk, fly out, and now Nigro trying to get out of the jam here. 2 out, 2 on. Bottom of the first. Called strike 3.
Nice
Clifford
stuff there.
goes down.
Nice job by Nick.
Second strikeout of the game for Nick Nigro, and Sunapee leaves runners at first and second. And we are done with an inning here in Manchester. No score between the Lakers and the Mules. Back here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium as 1 inning in the books. No score between the Mules and the Lakers, the Division IV state championship game. It'll be Nigro, Willerer, and Cacchetti 2 up here in the second. Lakers had 2 on, but with 1 out, but cannot muster a run as Nigro dug deep and was able to get the final 2 outs, as Nigro will dig in here to face Finn Flint for another inning of work, and that one bounces in. Mules were retired in order in the first. As that pitch is lined to the shortstop, who makes the nice play there. That's Sam Flint, and there's 1 away. As we'll get the replay here, and started to die down a little bit, but nicely made there by the shortstop. So 1 out, and Graham Willerer now to the dish, and he hits a slow roller over to the second baseman, and having a little trouble gobbling it up was Joseph Flint, but he's able to make the play, and there's quickly 2 down. That is the one thing about these state championship games, Steve, is that the action goes quickly, and guys are eager to jump out on the balls. And we saw a lot of first pitch swings in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, some of that is the fact that the pitchers, you don't get to this level if you don't have some pretty accurate pitching. So they're working a lot around the plate, and these batters are aggressive. And I've been impressed with, especially the first game with Monadnock with their contact to the ball. I thought that their form in the quality of their hitting and the they're being coached and coached well. And first couple batters here. Looks solid as well, but the pitching is going to be good as well.
Jammed him on that one as Cacchetti grounds to the third baseman. High throw, but the first baseman, Stoughton, does a nice job to get the foot down on the bag in time.
Always nice to have a 6-foot first baseman or plus.
The side is retired in order here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score.
Beautiful. Is this This is Sunapee, right?
So this is Sunapee's defense.
Okay, so I got Alex Claus. I got Mo. And I got wait a minute, no.
No score. Mules and Lakers here in the Division 4 state championship game. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 of the Sunapee order due up here. Fair, Flint, Stoughton due up for the Lakers. And seeing some good defense here by both teams. And we talk about Newmarket, and this is their 4th straight Division 4 title appearance. Of course, won it in 19 and won it last year in 2021. 7 double-digit run games scored by Newmarket this year,
wow,
including a game they put up 31 on Franklin. So here's Cole Fair, the DH. And he takes a strike.
6 outs. We've seen 4 jammed batters. You don't see that often. I'm talking right on the edge of the pencil. You know, that was a good job by the pitchers.
Nigro missing there with the breaking pitch. Yeah, it was interesting seeing Monadnock in that game when they were just jumping after everything.
Yep.
From the Interlake starter. A little bit more measured approach here. Swing and a miss.
Nice curve ball.
1-2 now on Cole Fair, the DH.
Yeah, that unlike one that's inside coming over the plate, that started over the plate and ended up outside. So there you go. Both are just as effective. It's just you have to hit that spot because you can get caught with a hanger, and I think we saw with that home run what a hanger can do. Man, that thing was belted.
That was right after an inside the park home run.
Yes, sir.
2-2. Swing and a miss.
He's got some good location on those pitches. He's moving the ball around. He's inside, he's out. What that does is stops the batter from being able to sink in and get comfortable. And a lot of time that comes from the catcher. I would say one of the most important positions in sports when you're playing in the pro level, major league level, 162 games, boy, and a catcher's responsible for his whole staff.
You just can't have anybody in there.
And the relationships that they have. One of my obviously, Carlton Fisk was very special to me, but Jason Veritek was a very special man, a presence on the field, commanded tremendous respect from his pitching staff, and
chopper foul down the third base line. It's also been kind of dubbed the quarterback of the defense, if you will.
It really is, and you take a guy like Thurman Munson, who life was cut way too short, way too fast, back on the Yankees, a great catcher. Johnny Bench. These are guys that just commanded tremendous respect. I'll never forget the Carlton Fisk. All he wanted was $300,000. Tom Yawkey said, "Okay, I'll give you $260," and he went to the Chicago White Sox. Broke my heart.
Swing and a miss as Finn Flint goes down. 4th strikeout for Nigro, and there's 2 down here in the second.
But if you're ever a young catcher and you want to look at some of the old catchers that really had that command of their pitching staff and knew each one, their strengths, weaknesses at certain times and places in the games, it can make all the difference in the world in a game. Yeah, started staring down a little too long, and home plate umpire's right on that. Makes a great call.
Actually, this is Eric Nangeroni, excuse me. He's the right fielder, shows bunt, and then takes a strike.
Don't really know what was going on there from the batting position. Started out a bunt. Looks to me like he's looking down the left field line like there was a little confusion of signals there, I think.
Time is called.
One of the things that I notice is bunting is an art of getting yourself in place quickly, but good bunters can wait to the last second to pull the bunt, to not allow that third baseman to move until later. Both games so far, all the bunts that I saw, they get in that bunting position immediately. I've never been a fan of that because it gives the third baseman plenty of time to come down the line.
Pitch is line foul. Kind of a delayed swing there from Nangeroni.
You say Tom's last name, the head coach, was Frederick?
Tom Frederick.
Tom Frederick, okay.
The AD at Sunapee as well.
Yep. Oh, nice pitch.
Strike 3, and down goes the Lakers in order as Nigro strikes out the side. He's now got 5 strikeouts through an inning and a half.
Heavily based, Brett, before we go to break, on not only pitching selection, but location. He's doing a great job moving the locations around the plate, jamming a couple guys as well, plus curveballs outside. He's hitting the locations he wants, and he's been very effective so far. And he's getting more comfortable in the second than he was in the first.
No score here in Manchester as we go to the third.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Top of the third, no score as Newmarket at bat here. It's 7-8-9 of the order. As Caleb Smith, the left fielder, takes ball 2-1, excuse me. Finn Flint went 1-2-3 in the order in the second.
Don't you get a feeling there's a kind of these teams are evenly matched? You get, at least out of the gate, that's the feeling you get.
Again, these two teams did not play each other in the regular season.
Isn't that great, though? I like that fact that they come to the championship game with no film.
And down goes Caleb Smith.
I should say no film against each other.
Second strikeout for Finn Flint, and there's one out.
Yeah, both pitchers seem to be in the groove, seem to be getting stronger from first inning, from the opening. That's a good sign for both teams defensively.
And there's a called strike.
Yeah,
Parker Schweitzer, the first baseman.
Yeah, Sam's coming down. Watch his windup. See, coming down low.
Gets a ground ball to the shortstop, Sam Flint. 2 out.
I'm sorry, Finn Flint. Yeah, Finn's doing a nice job on his delivery right now. Very mechanically sound. He's getting that stretch.
7 in a row retired.
Nice delivery
By Finn Flint. Here's the number 9 hitter. It's Alex Dyer. And the pitch is fouled off.
You know, one of the things about having the proper mechanics and proper delivery, Brett, is not just about getting the pitches and the effectiveness of the pitch itself, velocity, location, consistency. It's also puts much less work on the arm and the elbow and the shoulder. And so it's good for longevity in a game and a longevity for the season and ultimately a career by having the proper mechanics taught. Hey, nice job.
Chop to the third baseman, Roth. And another 1-2-3 inning.
Nice inning by Finn. That's good pitching.
So through 2.5, still no score between the Mules and the Lakers. As Sunapee will come to bat here in the bottom of the third.
Looks like it's starting to get a little cloudy again and cooling off. Certainly cool in the beginning part of the game, Brett. Pretty good crowd here around the perimeter for 2 Division IV teams. You know, these are smaller communities that have a lot of pride in their in both of their teams here, and they've come out strong in this ballpark.
Yes, they do, and
of course, it's a beautiful day to travel.
yeah, both of these programs, though playing in the smallest division in New Hampshire, they the most established as far as historical goes. 9 state titles between these two programs,
yep.
And of course, the Mules making their 4th straight appearance in the state championship game.
Yep. Umpire didn't like the ball that was in the game and going to do a little inspection down there. I don't know if we got him on camera, but these guys are on every facet of the game. You know, we've had some crews, some baseball crews. You know, I know Mike Robinson. I know Bill from Bedford. Oh, my gosh. Age is an awful thing. It does awful things to the memory. But anyway, Bill, I apologize. I'll get your last name here in a second. I know it's Irish. I'll be there. But anyway, we've had a lot of officials go to some high levels on the Little League circuit as well as the high school circuit in New Hampshire.
We do need more of them, though.
We do need more of them, and you know, we're getting some younger officials in the football side of things with the games we did last year, which is just terrific. But there's never enough young talent that is needed in all these sports to continue to come in and carry on this great tradition.
9-1-2 of the order due up here for the Lakers in the bottom of the third inning.
Pretty tough job. The whole idea of success is that the fans go home and don't even think about you. That means you did a great job.
Yes.
You know?
And they're, of course, working hard to get the primo games, which is one right here. You get the best of the best here in these championships.
Well, our camera senior technician, John Barron, is now coaching college and girls softball. So we're pretty proud of him and his advancement into that. He's worked hard at it over the years. A very good umpire. I don't like to swell his head, but you don't get up to the collegiate level if you're not good. So
absolutely.
Congratulations to him this year.
2 balls, 1 strike here on John Roth, the third baseman.
Yeah, came out of that delivery a little uncomfortable there.
Sam Flint on deck.
Just like a golf swing, keeping a golf swing consistent. Keeping the pitching, yeah.
Second walk issued by Nigro here this afternoon, and the top of the order now due up with Sam Flint.
And the best pitching coaches are ones that can teach outside of the game, off the field during practices and things of that nature, in the bullpen, working with them, teaching them that if you get into trouble and this is happening, this is how you correct it. If you're putting it in the dirt, if you're coming off the ball, it's going high and tight, you can't bring it down. The good pitchers know how to get themselves out of trouble by knowing the remedies before they even step on the field.
I got a pinch runner here for Sunapee. Lane Tui has now checked in here. He is going to run for John Roth. So interesting move here by Tom Frederick, the head coach of Sunapee, as going early here to his bench. Tui, a senior.
Wouldn't be surprised if Tom knows there's some pretty good parity in this game, and whoever gets out in front, it's going to be important. So I'm sure that both of these coaches are doing everything they can to get somebody past home plate.
Sam Flint, the shortstop, who struck out looking first time up.
Yep.
Takes a ball. Third baseman in, that's Mills over on the grass. And like you said, Steve, it might be first one who's able to plate something here. Puts themselves in really good scenarios.
Well, this game with the pitchers doing a pretty good job here, looking pretty strong so far. And when you have that parity, you want to get on the board first. Draw blood first.
Runner goes. Delayed swing by Flint, and he fouls it off.
Yeah, Flint looking to go opposite field there for sure. Kept his hands way back, came through the strike zone with his bat very late. Trying to drive that runner to third base. Tom's all over this, by the way. He is all over trying to get that runner to third. And that could be, maybe this guy here has got capabilities of high percentages opposite field.
Flint tries to lay down a bunt, but it goes foul.
Now he's got 2 strikes on him, so he's going to have to put it more to the center of the field. If he's going to bunt at all, I doubt you'll see that. Tom's got quite a hand signal repertoire right there. But you can clearly see everybody's buying in. Every pitch is a play.
The pitch swung on and hit high in the air, left side of the infield, and it's dropped by the shortstop. Runner retreated back to first, so they're going to double up Roth over at second. But
Yeah.
Cacchetti completely lost it in the sun there.
No hope to catch that ball.
No.
Yeah.
But at least they do get an out. So
Yeah, not much the first runner at first base can do there. You'll see it's so short that he can't go off the first base bag. He really needs – he didn't have to go back all the way, but I don't think it would have mattered. He would have been out anyway. So, but, yeah, he's tracing back. But you don't want to turn back. That's a mistake right there. There you go. Now he turned around, and he's watching the play. But in a situation like that where you're watching the runner, you want to be facing that whoop.
The pitch to Jonah Flint skips away from the catcher Moran, and that'll advance the runner Sam Flint to second on the pass ball.
But you really, as the runner goes back to first, that he wants to crow hop his way back, facing the field where the fielder is trying to catch the ball. Don't turn your back on it.
Second time Sunapee has had a runner in scoring position. They had runners at first and second with one out back in the first. Now threatening here with Sam Flint at second. Jonah Flint, the hitter. Bounced in the dirt. Nice block by Moran.
Yeah, good block there.
2-0. Here on the number 2 hitter, Jonah Flint. Good stop there again by Cameron.
I could read that board at night, but it's pretty tough to read during the sunlight, isn't it?
It is very tough.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have the big scoreboard in front of us because Brett informed me that that's where the players are being shown. And in all fairness, high school, we'll do without it because these are great shots of these young men. What a great thing!
And that is ball 4.
Well, I think we got one out, right? Yeah, you want that forced play at second for sure. So they weren't going to give him anything. Both of these coaches very involved with their teams and they're doing all the right things in my humble opinion. They're aware of what's going on. Get that guy on first base. Maybe get a double play or at least be able to choose any base now because it's a forced play. It's a big time for Newmarket. Big time for both teams, really. Tom trying to piece together a one-out rally here. And you can see how badly he wants to get that first run across the field. And I think this is a great walk to the mound here by Coach Stan. I think Stan's doing a great job here. This is serious business. These are those times in the games where you want to get it right because you don't want to look back and see, geez, if I should have taken a trip to the mound, I should. If you feel that way as a coach, go out there and do it. And he did just that. So everybody knows what their responsibilities are, where the priority is. If you can get a forced play, if you can get the double, go to second. If you're at third base or shortstop, get the out at third. If it's a sharply hit ball, grab the double play, get out of the inning.
Know the scenario.
Yep.
So here's the left-handed hitter, Andrew Claus. He walked his first time up. 2 on and 1 out.
If it goes to first base because you're going to pull it down the line, in that situation, step on first, see if you can get him at third. If not, hold the ball because you can live another day and walk him and make another force again. So all this back and forth of baseball is what makes the game such a great game and so much fun.
Claus was one of 3 walks issued by Nigro here in this contest. First and second for the Lakers. 1 out.
You want to kill the rally by getting to 2 outs as quickly as possible.
Second time today, Lakers have had runners at first and second with 1 out. Kind of a delayed swing there from Claus. Had to fight it off. Hits it foul and out of reach of the third baseman, Mills.
That was a tough one to try to get right there.
A lot of room to cover here at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium.
Yeah.
Though I have been to Sunapee's home field, and it's a nice field, like we said, when it's not flooded.
Yep.
And
I'm sure this time of year it's great, right?
Big outfield.
6 games. That's a lot of home games to miss.
First 6 games on the road for the Lakers this season. Pitch misses high by Nigro.
Yeah. He's got to get back to coming from the stretch is very different from a full windup. When you got runners on base, you got to come from the stretch. You can't wind up. Everybody will be double stealing on you. So that's a different approach to the plate. See how he does here.
Gives a look at second. Now he'll come home.
Wow, that's a nice snag by the catcher.
Cam Moran, the catcher.
Yeah, Cam, nice job. Yeah, so Cam's taking pitching instructions behind the plate to send out signals. So these coaches are controlling every element of the game. No choices out there by the players.
Check swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did he go? They're going to appeal to the umpire over at second base. And
you always know an umpire that's very self-confident when he thinks nothing about checking with the umpire out in the field. No egos there behind the plate. Get the call right. Defer if you didn't see it. What a great job these guys are doing.
Full count, 1 out, 2 on. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss.
That's a big out right there. That's a big out.
6th strikeout for Nigro this afternoon.
Was that 1 strike when he swung or 2?
I believe that was 1 strike.
That was 1, yeah. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
So 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Runners at first and second, and Hunter Morse, the left fielder, try to make something happen here for Sunapee and break a scoreless game.
Yeah, he's slipping on the mound there coming out of his delivery from the stretch.
Which is interesting because it's probably the best mound you're going to throw on.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much. I think he's got his arm and his shoulder coming ahead of his hips, and you don't want to do that. You're losing velocity, and you're losing the ability to control your pitch. That's risky right there.
Almost threw it away as Nigro tried to get the runner back at second, and Berthew made a nice play over there at the bat.
We got a clinic of how to cause havoc when you've got runners on base from Monadnock last game. Whoa.
Breaking pitch doesn't break.
He's struggling just a little bit. His delivery is coming up awful short. And it's just a matter of getting those mechanics back to normal. But you don't want to load the bases here if you're Newmarket. I'm sure Tom would be fine with that. But
Morse is 0 for 1, flew out to left field his first time up.
Yeah, he's way off right now.
2-1.
I can tell you from personal experience, that's a lonely feeling. Very lonely feeling.
Drew Clifford is on deck. If Morse can somehow reach.
Nice recovery there.
Called strike 2-2.
This is sometimes when you have a leader on the field, usually it's a second base or shortstop that will kind of go over and talk to his pitcher, break the action just for a sec, let him know that the team's with him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, and time was called. Time was called.
Balk?
No, the balk. Yeah, I said he balked. Wow.
Let's take a look at that. I didn't see it.
Our third base umpire,
Yep.
Tom Hanwright, made the call.
He's struggling he's not comfortable at the mound, and that sometimes he's a little bit erratic right now, and let's see where the replay shows. No, here we go. No, we're not going to see it, unfortunately.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runners at second and third. Biggest threat for the Lakers today. The pitch misses, and the count now full, 3-2. What an at-bat here by Morse.
Yeah, with 2 outs, you don't have to load the bases, but boy, it's awful nice to have an option on a forced play at second. It's so much easier to make that play if it's a slow bounding ball. So let's see what they do. Let's see if he gives him anything.
Payoff pitch. Yeah. Just fouled it off.
Yeah, that's a nice. You sound like the uke right there. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
Not bad
at
all.
It's a high compliment.
That is. Great movie.
And by the way, our production crew did give us the replay on the balk call, and it was the right call. It was a little bit of a flinch there.
Can't do that. No.
It was all they needed.
Pitcher's got to bring his set back to rest.
Again, the payoff pitch. Fouled off again. What an at-bat here by Hunter Morse. If anything, making Nigro throw a ton of pitches here.
Yeah, one thing that Nick's got to watch out, he's got to come to a stop on that set. If you saw in that play, you could have called a balk there based on the fact that he never set himself. You've got to come to a set position and then deliver the ball. There you go. There, you did that time.
The 3-2 hit on the ground to the shortstop, and it goes through his legs, and a run will score. Maybe more. 2-0 Sunapee. Now, I don't know if the umpire had shielded the shortstop Cacchetti from making a play.
There's no question that happened, but there's nothing you can do. You know, the officials have to be out in the field.
Part of the game.
He was in the right position. You know, there's nothing you can do there.
2-0 Sunapee.
Here we go. Yeah, there's nothing you can do there.
So the Lakers strike first here in the third inning.
So Coach Frederick gets what it was working very hard on the coaching side. Should have been out of the inning, Newmarket, but
as the pitch is popped up, and that'll get out of play. Drew Clifford, the batter, who struck out looking back in the first. So a 2-out rally by the Lakers. And they get a big break right there.
I honestly believe that there was a shielding going on, but that was a catchable ball. I mean, he was 15, 20 feet, 30 feet, 25 feet or so behind him, 20 feet anyway.
That ball didn't die down in the grass like it had been.
It did not. It kind of skipped.
So it was hit hard. Breaking pitch, swung on and hit high in the air, left side of the infield. Mills, the third baseman, calling everybody off. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. Not before, though, the Lakers of Sunapee strike first. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the fourth.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Final Forms is a proud sponsor of the NHIAA. Final Forms leads the way in sports registration for the compliance, health, and safety of our athletes, and is an official partner of the NHIAA. See finalforms.com for more information. As Sunapee puts up 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning, and they lead it 2-0 over the Newmarket Mules here in the Division IV state championship. Brett Franklin alongside Steve Bales. Tough break for the Mules there again.
It really was.
Ground ball to the shortstop, Cacchetti, and unfortunately the positioning of the umpire shielded him from being able to make the play on the hot ground ball that scored 2.
Yeah, but his hips and stuff, hind end was up too high. I think you hit it, Brett. That ball just skipped. That was hit harder than he realized, and he just didn't have time to react behind it. But it's kind of too bad that something like that is costly. But it is. It wasn't like any official was out of. He was exactly the place he's supposed to be in. There's nothing he could do, and he got out of the way of it. I mean, it didn't hit him. I mean, that would have been even worse. You know, so nothing wrong with the officiating there at all. Just
tough break.
But I still think that if you're in a down position and getting ready there, like you always should be as an infielder, that's a good drive.
Cam Moran hitting a pitch into center field, and that'll be caught by Claus out there in center field. Moran was 0 for 0 with the walk. He's now 0 for 1. Yeah, that was, and like you said, I mean, that is 2 big runs the way this game is shaping up. You know, that's a long way to go, but it could be enough.
If the pitching holds the way it's been, as a pitcher, that really bothers you because you really were out of the inning and still maintaining the shutout. But you gotta. The game is what it is. You got to get it past and keep moving on.
Andrew Berthume is the second baseman, and the batter here hit into a 6-3 double play back in the first inning.
Oh, nice curveball.
Finn Flint, the starting pitcher for Sunapee.
Yeah, Finn's really coming in with a delivery very low. Not Jim Willoughby low, but it's pretty low, and he's really found his groove here, and his curveballs are starting out either center or inside and coming over the last week. He's just doing a good job yet. Another great pitch. Yeah.
Strikeout number 3 for Finn Flint, and there's 2 away.
That sort of discipline in your delivery doesn't come that doesn't come overnight. That's work, a lot of work going in tough situations. So we'll see what Cooper can do here, but Finn is right on.
2 out, nobody on.
Nice off-speed pitch.
Cooper Mills swinging at the first pitch.
Pulled the string on that one.
10 mule hitters retired in a row here by Finn Flint since giving up that leadoff walk to start the game.
Yeah, he's real. He's all over it. Look at right outside corner, inside corner, pulling the string on it. Got a nice repertoire of pitches working for him here.
0-2 the count to Mills. The pitch. Hard hit ball, foul down the third base line.
Not by much. Yeah, he hung that one a little bit. That was right in the wheelhouse.
Stan Jerkoy standing over there, third base bag.
Yeah.
Maybe staring at it, thinking it'll change direction if he keeps looking at the line there. But fortunately, just didn't get the bounce.
Well, both of these coaches putting their whole wallets right into this game from a investment standpoint. They're involved in every single play here. I've really been impressed of watching how these two good coaches are going right at it.
Called strike 3. Cooper Mills goes down looking and not happy about the call. Either way, though, the Mules retired in order. 11 men retired in a row by Finn Flint. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, still 2-0 Sunapee.
You know, one of the things, Brett, again, back to the pitching, such an important part of the game, but you talk about why officials give certain pitchers calls, but when they're working around the edges of the plate and they're showing discipline, they're not wild, and they're consistent, what happens is you start lulling even the official into giving you the benefit of the doubt. And if that ball was outside, it was outside by less than an inch, and they're just going to give you the benefit of the doubt because umpires like pitchers that are disciplined and all around the plate. And you could clearly see he likes what he's seeing out the mound. He's going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't blame him. I would too.
2-0 our score here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Cole Fair, Finn Flint, and Eric Nangeroni that will come up here to hit for the Lakers, who, again, as we mentioned, Steve, the Lakers always in the hunt for a Division IV state championship, though they have not won one since 2014. They were runners-up in 2015 and 2016, but their first state title appearance in 6 years. So it's been a long time in the eyes of the Laker fans out there to be back here at Northeast Dental Stadium.
Field underwater or not, they are ready.
Sunapee, their 4 losses this year. 2 to Derryfield, who was the top team in Division IV, and then they also lost at Pittsfield back on April 20th, 7-5, and then also fell at Concord Christian on May 5th, 4-3. Cole Fair will lead it off here, the DH for the Lakers. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Nick Nigro has pitched just as good here. 6 strikeouts for Nigro, and again, just 1 hit for Sunapee here in this game. So Cole Fair will take the first pitch. It's in there for a strike.
Nice pitch. Yeah, let's see if Cole's maybe got a little bit of counseling from the dugout, Brett. Coming out here, better delivery.
Swing and a drive to left field. Could be trouble, and it goes foul. Smith gave it a chase down there in left field, and luckily stayed fouled for the Mules fans. And you were right on top of it, Steve. Again, with the early 2-0 lead, you kind of sensed runs might be at a premium here. And Sunapee, though, even though it's a 2-run game, still feels like they've got firm control here as Fair, swinging at the next pitch, pops it up. And Nigro, the pitcher, you don't see that too often, calling for it, making the catch.
Really an infielder's ball right there. Shouldn't be calling for that ball. Should be standing under it and then waiting for someone else to call you off. And because pitchers notoriously are not fielders. They're pitchers. I would, as I'm sure he will, coach would say that's just not your ball. You go to it, you let him know, and wait to be called off. But, again, in all fairness to him, I didn't hear anybody else call him off, but he was pretty vocal about it. He wanted it. He wants those outs. His mechanics, he's come out here with better mechanics now. You can see that he's coming to the plate much more efficiently.
Jacob Stoughton's 0 for 1. And he takes ball 1. 1-1 the count here to Jacob Stoughton.
Nick taking a little bit more time in between pitches.
Going from the full windup here with 1 out.
So hard to tell up here. Assume it's low.
Nigro again with the full windup and the 2-1. Taking for a strike.
Nice pitch. Yeah, this is where Nick really needs to bear down. If he's going to throw a breaking ball here, which it's about time he threw one, I'd say about now, location is everything. So if you're going to get that bite in the ball, you want it to be over and then off the plate or inside and over. Nope, didn't throw it.
Ball 4.
Yeah,
Fourth walk surrendered by
I don't
Nigro.
really know what that pitch was. It was, again, standing up again, not finishing that delivery. Again, just working through the mechanics. Pitching is very much just like swinging a golf club, is a head game. You wonder, why did I hit it that way?
Eric Nangeroni now will come to the plate. Showed bunt.
He's really struggling from the stretch. My old coach, Ricky Tino, used to say, throw it, don't aim it. Or don't aim it, throw it. You start aiming, it's nothing but trouble.
Bouncer in the dirt, but not far enough away for Stoughton to make a break for second. Cameron's been busy behind the plate here.
Yes, he has. He's done a good job keeping the ball in front of him as well. Again, pitching is coming in right now from the dugout, the choices.
Another one in the dirt.
Yeah, he's really struggling from the stretch right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Coach Stan come out here for another trip to the mound here if this gentleman walks.
Stan Dragois standing right on those steps there.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. He's paying close attention. I would expect him to come out now.
That is the 5th walk surrendered by Nigro. Back-to-back walks, 1 out. And again, another first and second situation for Sunapee.
What I tell you.
And here comes Stan Dragois to
Stan's right on it. This is the time, I've done a lot of coaching in my life. This is the time you want to come out to the mound right now. And I knew he may be going with somebody else. I don't know. I think he's going to talk to him first. And if he doesn't get the kind of body language he's looking for, he's going to replace him, and he didn't. And that's exactly what's going on. You come out as a pitcher, there's a time that even the best pitchers are done. Say, I just don't have it today. And it isn't like he didn't have it. He just, from the stretch, he's really struggled, Brett. And I think we're going to see a replacement here.
Looks like it's going to be
Shortstop?
Mills, the third baseman.
Third baseman, okay. Yep. So as I was talking about earlier, Brett, what you'll see, Stan comes out. Obviously, this guy's a veteran coach. You can clearly see he's a veteran. And he comes out. He hadn't made the decision to switch yet. He looks out, reads the body language on his pitcher. And, like a quarterback, they hold the whole game in their hands. Really, let's be honest. I mean, the pitching is that important. And he looked, he got the reaction from the pitcher that, look, I'm doing my best. But I kind of in body language tells you I'm just not at my best right now, and Stan made the move.
So the new pitcher will be Cooper Mills, the third baseman. So looks like Nigro will move to the infield. We'll see where exactly he goes.
Now, it's always not a panacea when you replace a pitcher from the field. You're bringing him in cold, and what you get, 7 or 8 pitches, But at that point, no one could really argue with Stan's move there. Coach Stan's move. Sorry, I always call him Coach Stan. Coach Stan's move there is a very sound decision. Gives a little break in the action. Lets the infield kind of see him out there congregating, talking, getting their I's dotted, T's crossed, and it's a big out right here. You got one out, a man on second. You get an out here with no advance. Otherwise, you're going to allow Sunapee to stretch this margin out a little bit.
And again, you can kind of sense it right now. It's a very
critical part of the game.
So it looks like Cacchetti now has moved to third base.
Yep.
And Nigro will move to shortstop. So Cooper Mills is the new pitcher. 2 on, and nobody out here as John Roth, the starting third baseman, takes a called strike. And Sunapee just one hit in this game. They lead it 2-1. 6 walks, though, have not helped the Mules' cause. Roth again showing bunt.
Pulled away.
They check on the appeal. No, he did not.
Well, I mean, sometimes they never intend to bunt. All you're looking to do is make the infielders feel uncomfortable, make them rush in, get them out of position, get inside their heads a little bit, and then you swing away, and hopefully that's found you a little gap that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Already one error committed by Newmarket here today.
That's a nice pitch. That's a tough pitch to bunt right there. So it looks like he's got the 2 strikes he wanted.
1 and 2 on Roth, 2 on, 1 out.
Runners won't be moving with 1 out.
And the breaking pitch misses.
Wow.
Mules fans wanted it, but not in the zone, according to Peter DePaula.
Yeah, I think Peter thought it was a little inside. I think he thought it was off the plate and didn't come in time. It was close. But these umpires have been solid, so give them the benefit of the doubt.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Stoughton at second. Nancheroni over at first.
Wow, what a catch. This catcher, Cam Moran, has done an unbelievable job pulling in some pitches way off the mark in very difficult circumstances, right behind the player.
Full count here. Don't want to load the bases. The pitch.
Yeah, that's a nice job. Number 5 is
John Roth.
John Roth did a great job crowding the plate, making the pitches make him feel very uncomfortable. That's nice work right there.
Top of the order we go. It's Sam Flint with bases juiced and 1 out. Golden opportunity here for Sunapee to get a little bit of some breathing room. Corner infielders are in for Newmarket. Flint this afternoon, 0 for 2, struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Did score in the third on that fielder's choice.
So Cooper is on the mound.
Cooper Mills started at third base, now the starting pitcher. Cacchetti now over at third base, and Nick Nigro, the starting pitchers, at shortstop. Infielders in all the way around here for the Mules, trailing 2-0, bases loaded, 1 out.
Don't know what he's throwing. It almost looks like a knuckleball.
I was going to say,
is that a knuckleball? It's really floating. It does not appear to be. I mean, it's hard from here, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of spin in the ball. I almost wonder if he's throwing a knuckle.
Watch
it a little closer if I can. Yeah, he's throwing a knuckleball. Don't see that every day.
No, you don't. I almost originally thought it was like an Ephus pitch there for a second, but it was too fast for that.
Now you're really going deep in the books.
That's how slow it looked coming out there, but Mills trying to mix it up here as he's got the bases juiced and 1 out. And that is foul down the third base line. That would have cleared the bases.
That's a tough one because that's home plate's call right there because, with runners bases loaded, he's got with 3 umpires. You don't have 4. He's got to move up in the center of the field there. So that's if you're going to have missed calls with 3 umpires, that's where it's going to be because that's a tremendous amount of responsibility for the home plate umpire. But he did a great job there.
Laker fans trying to make some noise. 1-2 the count, 1 out, bases loaded here for the hitter Flint. Hits a high fly ball into deep left field, and that should get over the head of the left fielder, and it will. It's going to clear the bases. Rounding second and staying at second is Flint. He only scores 2, though, as they hold Roth at third base, but either way, 4-0 Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, give him credit. Not a great read on the ball, but I don't know if he would have got that anyway, Brett, no matter what. That ball was drilled. But he hit that cutoff man right with a strike. He hit Matt Nigro right in a great spot to be able to throw it home, and that was smart by Coach Tom Frederick to hold him there.
Threat is not over, though. As
no, it's not.
The inning continues, 2 on and 1 out. As that is just the second hit of the game for the Lakers. And they lead it 4-0. And that one hits Jonah Flint. And things are starting to unravel here for the Mules.
He was pretty crowded over the plate right there. I'm not sure I would have given that. But, I mean, he's got a lot of responsibility at home plate. He's got the left field line. If you look at him, watch him turn his shoulder in. Nah, he backed away. That's why he gave it to him. But he was way over the plate. But the official, the umpire, is going to give him the benefit of the doubt if he's backing away, and the replay shows that he was. So had all the reasons to let him take the base, really.
And he continues. Here's Andrew Claus. Sunapee can bust it open here with bases loaded, 1 out.
Kind of like an offensive foul in basketball. An umpire looks and sees, is he turning and pulling away wherever he was set, or is he leaning in? And that's usually the deciding factor. So good call.
The 0-1 is into left field for a base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. It's a 2-run single for Andrew Claus in Sunapee. Starting to bust it open here, 6-0.
What a nice piece of hitting right there, folks. Watch this on replay. You watch him keep his hands inside in the close to his body and turn that ball inside out. I don't know if you got a replay with Craig. We're going to have it. Watch him keep his hands inside. Bang! Look at that. What a terrific piece of hitting. Who does that remind you of? Third base, Boston Red Sox, one of the greatest average hitters of all time. Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs and Rod Carew were just 2 players that just were magnificent at doing that, at keeping the hands behind and just driving the ball to the opposite field. Terrific work.
6-0. Sunapee on top of Newmarket as Hunter Morse fouls the pitch off. This is the 8th batter of the inning.
All right, who'd Rod Carew play for, Brett? Got to have a little trivia there.
Minnesota Twins.
Yes, and who else did he play for? Who did he end up with?
Texas?
Nope. He may have played Texas, but where would he play, other than the Minnesota Twins? The California Angels.
California Angels.
Yeah, he was a great hitter.
Gotcha.
So was Wade Boggs. The chicken man. He used to eat chicken every single day. He had a routine from the time he got up, took a shower, where he put his soap after he was done, the way he folded his towel. I mean, he was a really he was a character.
Morse fouls off the pitch.
But that's just good hitting right there. Waiting for the ball to come into the strike zone, keeping your hands close to the body, watching the ball hit the bat. Nice work. I'm impressed with these athletes, with the technical capabilities they've been coached. Both games, really.
1-1 the count on the left fielder Hunter Morse.
I don't know if these are all timeouts called by the player or
we've had a few of them.
Yeah, or if Peter is just saying enough, it's too long.
Pitch misses, throw down to first. Nope.
Yeah, a little late. Boy, he got back to first quick. I thought he might have had him. That's a full count.
3-2. 1 out, 2 on. Sunapee has put up 4 this inning, looking for more. Still just 1 out. Mills with the pitch. Pops it up. This could be an opportunity here. Moran giving it a look, and it actually got out of play.
I was going to say, if he caught one right up against the fence, this guy's so far my defensive player of the game so far. This kid's really impressed me behind the plate.
So the count remains full. First and second, 1 out. Cole Fair got the first out of the out of the inning. He was the first batter, and then since then a walk, 3 walks in a row, a double, hit by pitch, and a single. Again, popped up out of play. Morse. If you think back to Morse's first at bat, he reached on an error, but that was about a 10-pitch at bat that he forced there. Maybe even helping chase Nick Nigro here in this game.
Well, same guys. Rod Carew, Wade Boggs. How many fouls? They drive you crazy. It'd be 20-minute at-bats. But they knew they were so good at contact, and they would force the pitcher to give them the pitch that they wanted. But that's a great craft right there if you can do that. Morse. Fouling balls off that you don't like.
And he did so just there. That was pretty much ball 4, but Morse fights it off to stay alive.
And it has such an impact because, when you start getting at the collegiate and high school levels, Brett, you've got X amount of pitches that their starting pitcher can throw. So if you can get their pitch count up early by fouling balls off like that. Oop.
Chopper to the second baseman as Berthume's only got 1 play. He'll get the out at first and a big second out. So on to third goes Jonah Flint. Claus will go to second. Morse out 4-3. And here comes the 9th batter of the inning. It's Drew Clifford, who's 0 for 2. Nigro was the starter for Newmarket before being lifted.
Nice curveball. See, that started out right over the plate and nips the front corner. That nice pitch right there. Looks like he's starting to get comfortable. Obviously, those runs will be charged primarily to Nigro, right?
I believe so. I believe the first
2 anyway.
First 2 at least.
Yeah.
Charged to Nigro.
Were the bases loaded when Nigro went out, or was it? I can't remember.
I believe it was just 2 on at that point.
Okay, so first 2 would be charged to Nigro, and
Drew Clifford, the hitter. Bounces in the dirt. Does not get far away enough for
this kid's special
Flint to make a break for home.
No give up on that gentleman. Cam Moran.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. 9th batter of the inning at the dish in Drew Clifford. Cole Fair, who led off the inning, stands on deck. The 1-2. Called strike 3, and Clifford goes down looking. But the Lakers put up 4 in the 4th.
Nice curveball.
And they lead it 6-0 in the Division IV state championship.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
The Community College System of New Hampshire community colleges offer more than 200 associate degree and certificate programs aligned with career opportunities and transfer pathways, all affordably priced. There are many reasons to choose Community next fall. Learn more at choosecommunity.com. As we go to the 5th inning, and the Lakers of Sunapee adding 4 in the last half frame, Steve, and they have busted things wide open here and have a comfortable 6-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a comfortable 6, but it's kind of like with Monadnock, you had to kind of feel you could count every run and say, wow, how did they get six runs? And if you look at the timing, it just couldn't be any more untimely, if you will, for Newmarket than this has been. Sunapee has really worked hard to get that first run. It's going to be an interesting here. What are we at now? The 4th inning?
5th inning.
5th inning now, top of the 5th. We need to...
hot shot down the third base line, and that'll stay fair and into left field. Nick Nigro.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there.
First hit of the game for the Mules.
This is what they need. At this point, you just got to forget about how many runs you're behind, but get 1 run across the home plate. And kind of hope to change the paradigm of the game a little bit. 2 or 3 runs here would be fabulous, but it all happens one at-bat at a time. That was a nice hit.
Graham Willerer now to the dish with runner at first. Willerer grounding out to second base first time up.
Bang, bang.
Finn Flint, the starting pitcher, that base hit broke up a string of 11 in a row, retired by the pitcher.
Yep.
But Nigro, after struggling there on the mound, gets the first base hit of the game for the Mules.
That was first pitch hitting, too.
Ground ball to the second baseman. It's knocked down, double clutching it, throwing it on to first. Not in time. Head first slide by Graham Willerer. And I want to say Flint kind of, I don't know if he gave up on it there, but.
I want to see this again. I thought he had him, but again, these umpires have been right on, so let's see what it looks like here. They're not going to get a very good view there.
The runner kind of gave up halfway down, too. Willerer realized that he might have had a chance.
I'd like to see that from left hand. Here it is right here. Here's left field. Now watch. I thought he had him. No, good call by the umpire. Wow, these guys are right on today.
And we got a pinch
I'm glad I'm up here and they're down there. Great job. Great call.
So pinch runner here for Newmarket. It's going to be Sean Vincent. He's going to run for Willerer.
It almost looked like you said, Brett, like he slowed down a little bit before he got to first base. But he did make a heck of a dive there.
It was almost like he panicked a little bit. He knocked it down and then just could not find the ball. And felt like if he just kind of stayed with it, he would have had plenty of time. This could be 2. Ground ball to the shortstop. Flip on to second for 1. That's all they're going to get as Vincent's erased at second. Nigro will go on to third, and Cacchetti is erased. Or, excuse me, reaches on the fielder's choice.
Yep.
So there's 1 out. Runners at the corners, and it brings up Caleb Smith.
See if they try to push Caleb opposite field here. I don't know if he can, depends on the batter, but doesn't look like it. Looks like he's swinging away.
Goes right after the first pitch, fouls it off. Smith struck out his only plate appearance back in the third.
See a little momentum change here with the batting is beginning to take on the pitching with a little more fervor here. A lot better pieces on the ball. Looks like Newmarket knows they're in a situation where they got to make something happen here late in the 5th inning here.
That's ball 1. Second time through the order here for Newmarket.
Nice pitch.
1 and 2.
Like the Monadnock pitcher, this guy seems to be able to get himself, that being Sam Flint, he seems to be able to get himself out of trouble when he starts, having a little struggle, but he's able to get his mechanics back in sync. He's been impressive so far. Really like the way he's delivering to the plate here. Nice pitch.
Fouls off the 2-2. Newmarket with just one hit came here in this fifth inning, or two hits, excuse me.
Yep.
Came here in this inning. Finn Flint fires in the pitch. Called strike three.
This guy he's really on right now. He's solid.
Fifth strikeout for Finn Flint. And a big second out for the Lakers.
Yeah, you got to protect the plate better than that, Brett. If you got a pitcher that's on, he's getting the benefit of the calls. You've seen it inning in and out, and he's deserved them every time. But that wasn't any, casting any aspersions on. Umpire plays doing a phenomenal job at the plate, and but you got to protect the plate better than that in this situation.
Parker Schweitzer at the dish.
You got an opportunity now. You got 2 outs. You had 1 out there. Swing away. Make it happen.
Fastball misses.
Nice
over
pitch.
Strike there, 3-1.
Schweitzer trying to make it look like it was a bad pitch. Nice job there. Hey, if catchers can frame the plate, why can't a batter?
Count now full after being down in the count 3-0. Full count, 2 out. Here in the fifth inning, Mules trying to get something going here, trailing 6-0. It was a tight game right up to the bottom of the fourth inning when Sunapee dropped 4 on the Mules. Payoff pitch popped up, and that will be foul and out of play. Schweitzer can reach. Alex Dyer on deck.
You kind of get a feeling that this is one of the most, if not the most critical point. Yeah, he got him. That's a good piece of pitching. Finn's done a terrific job here, Brett. Yeah, look at the coach even comes over and gives him a handshake. He deserves it.
6th strikeout of the game for Finn Flint. And the Newmarket threat is retired. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. And there were 2 left on base.
But when you go back, Brett, and you watch this pitch here. Watch this. Looks like about elbow high, right down the chute. Bang. Yeah, you cannot let the last 2 you cannot let those pitches go by. When a pitcher's on, he's all over the plate. You got to respect that, and you've got to swing away on when you've got 2 strikes on you. Nice replay there, Ben and Craig. Appreciate that.
This portion of our broadcast being brought to you by Convenient MD. They're proud to support its communities both in and out of the clinic. Whether it's the flu or a broken bone, know that you're getting quality care at affordable rates from New England's leading urgent care, Convenient MD. So 6-0 the score as the Mules will come back out and try and keep this lead to where it is.
A flu or to a broken bone, that's got some serious bandwidth of coverage right there. That's
got all your bases covered.
That's got all your bases covered there. Absolutely.
So 6-0 our score. Sunapee getting 2 runs in the third, 4 in the fourth, and then the Mules again had something cooking. They had 2 on with nobody out, but Finn Flint buckling down and getting the outs to preserve the shutout so far. Don't forget, we've got 2 more games coming up here on these airwaves. Coming up at 4 o'clock, it is the Division I state championship as Pinkerton going up against Londonderry.
That ought to be a beauty.
4 o'clock game. You've got Pinkerton, which hasn't won a title, I think, since 1986. And then you got Londonderry, that has a very young core of players, but this should be a fun one. And then, of course, the D2 game will be Hollis Brookline and St. Thomas.
St. Thomas across the board, really rising tide there with athletics. Not that they were not good, but they're really lacrosse. They were strong this year. Got a whole new, coach. Got a new coach and a program coming up. Baseball, they're in the mix. Football, they're in the mix. So a lot of good things happening there.
Had a chance to see St. Thomas earlier this year. I believe they opened up the season with Lebanon, and got a chance to see the Saints.
How do they
come
look
up there? First game always kind of tough to judge, but they solid team, played a solid game against a pretty rugged Lebanon team.
Yep. Well, Lebanon and rugged belongs. I mean,
hand in hand, right?
Hand in hand. Football, same situation. Tough, gritty players. Had some really good seasons the last 2 or 3 years. Done very well. So.
As Sunapee comes to bat here, it'll be Cole Fair, Jacob Stoughton, Eric Nangeroni. 6, 7, and 8 of the Sunapee order due up. Bottom 5. 3 hits for the Lakers here this afternoon. Pitch hit on the ground. And Nigro knocks it down, but it's going to go into the center field.
I don't have any doubt that he was going up the middle there. Nigro was really deep in the hole. They must have had a scouting report on him that he pulls the ball. And looks like he may be hurting a little bit out there right now. Slow to get up, but looks like he's going to be okay. So that's good.
Nigro was the starting pitcher before being lifted to play shortstop.
He was deep in the hole
in
position there, so that whole middle was wide open there. You can give the hitter credit. He went far and he got it.
Brings up Jacob Stoughton. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, which happened back in the 4th. Stoughton, the first baseman. Takes ball 1. Pitch is fouled off. Obviously still a long way to go, but if the score holds, it would be the 10th shutout that Sunapee will have placed on their opponents.
Yep.
Again, still a long way to go here, but leading it 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Mills missing there.
One of the things that I look at in a pitcher is how well they pitch from the stretch. And I thought that that Finn Flynn's been outstanding from the stretch at the times they've had runners on base, and he's had to come out of that. He's been very accurate, and I think it's his mechanics and delivery. And it's a totally different perspective from the stretch. And what they try to do when you train a pitcher from a full lined up to a stretch is get them to basically do exactly the same mechanics, but just shorten it. So come in halfway through the music and start there and do the very best you can. But it's hard to do.
Looked like Fair was going to make a dash down to second, but
kind of gave that look, didn't he?
Yeah. Three and 2 the count. Nobody out. And that's ball 4.
Yeah. Well, Newmarket certainly can't afford to, with nobody out here. This is a big out for Newmarket. They're all big, but you don't want to. You got to. They need something. They need to turn 2 here, get the lead runner, maybe strike out, short fly ball.
That was the 7th walk issued by Newmarket pitching here this afternoon. Nangeroni shows bunt with nobody out and 2 on.
Well, why not show bunt? You got a third base playing down low now. You can draw him in, and Coach Frederick knows that every run, individual run, earn that guy, get that guy that's at second across the finish line first. So why not bunt, draw him in, and get your man to third with 1 out? So I like the strategy.
Cam Moran, the starting catcher for Newmarket, making sure everybody's on the same page. That one hit him.
Wow.
And Stan Jerkois will now make his way out to the mound here. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Sunapee with a golden opportunity to bust things wide open. Or is he going to make a pitching change here?
I think he was just checking with home plate umpire to how many visits he's got to the mound.
That's right.
I think he was checking that out. And the official's looking down at his numbers and just keeping track there. So
Second hit batsman by Newmarket pitching here this afternoon. Bases loaded, nobody out. John Roth, the number 9 hitter, with, like you said, a chance to kind of add some extra insurance here late in this game. Bottom 5, 6-0 Sunapee. Yeah, it's always fun, like you said, Steve, when you follow these Division IV schools and these programs. And, again, like you said, smaller enrollments, but, the fans and the towns really come out and support the programs.
Some of the noise in some of the gyms that we went through in basketball. The first time I really had a strong experience with Division III and IV, going through those 20 games, of which many of those were Division III and IV. Went to some great venues, and it was just exciting. Really, really exciting ball, and I came back really moved by it. I'm a small town type guy anyway, so I love all that. And coming out of COVID and what the country's been through, the whole world's been through, but what the country's been through and our region's been through, it was just wonderful to see people getting out and kids getting back, competing again, and having a sense of normalcy. It was a wonderful thing, and boy, no better was it shown than in some of these Division III and IV communities.
John Roth, 0 for 0, 2 walks and a run scored. Pops this one up, foul territory. Moran gives it a look, but it gets over the netting.
And that isn't just the boys' games. Some of these girls' basketball games were just tremendous. I mean, the crowds came out in force. And the effort that was putting in, sacrificing the bodies underneath the basket and diving for balls that were heading out of bounds, and just the attitude of these young people. It does lift a person my age's spirit to see that the attitude of a lot of these young people that are coming up that put in the effort and the work to be high school athletes. It's a wonderful thing.
Fisted foul.
And we just get to sit here and enjoy it.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
0-2 the count to John Roth, the number 9 hitter. Bases juiced. Sunapee looking for more.
So many of our younger athletes getting good opportunities at college level as well. You see it more and more.
Mills missing there, 1-2.
It's quite a joy to lacrosse championships, watching the Cameron brothers, Brian and Sean Cameron, playing, with Rutgers, and they're right in the last Final Four. Very exciting, and so many other athletes in other sports doing just the same.
The 1-2 misses, 2-2.
New Hampshire had its share of baseball players going up to play at the high level as well throughout the decades here.
Mills with the set and the pitch. Count runs full.
That's not easy to lay off that one, but he did. He nursed that right out there till the end of the strike zone and watched it go off the mark. Nice piece of batting right there. Now he's got the count where he's kind of even here. So let's see what he does.
Ball 4, and that'll walk in a run. 8th walk surrendered by Newmarket pitching.
I don't see a massive difference as far as the hitting, the actual productive hitting. It's clearly Sunapee's got some big hits at certain times, but if there's area where you can clearly see here that Finn Flint is leading the way in the pitching side, and it's just so important. He's given the Sunapee the kind of pitching it needs to, and they've been defensively behind him as well. So, to me, that's the hitting's been a little better by Sunapee, but Finn's done a great job.
Stan Jerkois back out.
Well, I think he has to switch him now. Yep. Yeah, he has to.
And
second trip to the mound.
So Berthume now is going to be the new pitcher.
Well, when you go in a championship game, both teams put their ace on, right? And when you lose that ace, that's why I say he had to change him. He had to take. I agree that take it, but that's no longer your ace in there. So every inning that Coach Frederick's been able to keep Finn Flint in, he's got his ace in there.
So if my defensive alignments are correct, with Mills out of the game and Berthume now pitching, so Mills will go back to third base and Cacchetti will now go from third to second. So for all those trying to keep track at home, that's those defensive placements. At least though here,
I need a little video game that I can press the buttons and move the names.
Of course, I am digging the Newmarket uniforms here. Got the zip code of the Newmarket area right on the sleeve there. And
I like that.
and the
That's
hats.
cool.
And
Yeah, I like that.
again, I was a little perplexed as to our first game. We have both teams wearing their home uniforms. I think somebody didn't get the memo
I don't think the memo went out. Hey, I really like the NHIAA banner out there, the baseball stadium. That looked great out there.
Yeah, it looks great with the Service Credit Union, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks to Service Credit Union sponsoring the state championships here this afternoon. Again,
and that's so important with that support. They can add extra things and.
So bases will remain loaded. Still nobody out here in the fifth inning. And this game was breezing right along, and the fourth and fifth inning has not been kind to Mules fans, as remember the Lakers batted around in the fourth.
Yep.
And so far they have sent 4 men to the plate, nobody out. Bases loaded, and top of the order here for the Lakers with Sam Flynn, who had a 2-run double last time.
Well, I mean, right now Newmarket needs shutdown pitching. They can't, let this get any further away. It's going to be a tough task, but maybe they get a ground ball, they can throw it home and.
They just need it out as that pitch bounces. Again, Cam Moran doing a great job behind the dish for Newmarket.
Sure is.
Pitch misses. Sunapee knocked off the second-seeded Gorham 3-0 in the semifinals to get here. Again, I believe this is the only division that the number 1 seed did not get to the semis. That was Derryfield. They were knocked out in the quarters by 9th-seeded Wilton Lineborough. And 3-0 now the count on Sam Flint. 8 walks already surrendered by Newmarket pitching. Trailing 7-0. That's ball 4. And that will walk in another run. And the Lakers add on another 8-0 here in the fifth. So Sam Flint has now reached base 3 times this afternoon. He has scored the previous 2 times. And now it's Jonah Flint. Single, walk, run scored, and a hit by pitch for the second baseman batting in the 2-hole. Sunapee looking for their first state championship since 2014. They went back-to-back in 2011 and 2012. Pitch misses in, throw down to first, not in time. I've seen that's been a dangerous play here, not just in this game, but especially in game number 1. A couple of throw down to first and proved to be costly.
Yeah, he brought his knee back a little better that time and was able to correct that outside pitch. So let's see if he can hang with that and get it, find his spot. Yeah, better job there too, but still outside. Well, the toughest things to do is come off playing in the field and just walk into a tough game and
no warm-up,
no warm-ups, and try to pitch your team out of it. It's a tough battle. He gave him the strike there. That was a generous strike.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Big out for Newmarket.
Big out.
First out of the inning. Brings up Andrew Claus. Had a 2-run single last time up in the fourth. It was part of that 4-run fourth inning for Sunapee. Big left-handed hitter awaits the pitch from Berthium. Berthium, the third different pitcher for Newmarket. Nigro, the starter. Mills coming in, and now Berthium trying to
nice pitch.
Get out of this mess here. (9-1-2) due up for the Mules in the sixth. Pitch is hit in the air to center field as Big Ratito will make the catch. Runner will tag from third. Now they got the runner at second held up. They got him in a rundown. And they will get him at third base.
There's a big gift right there for the Mules right there. That is a big, big gift.
Unconventional double play.
Coach Frederick's not too happy right now. I don't blame him. I mean,
though the run will count, and it's 9-0 Sunapee after 5 as we move to the sixth.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Game Changers, the official scorekeeping, team management, and video clipping partner of the NHIAA. Game Changer provides easy-to-use scorekeeping tools, instant stats, braid charts, and pitch counts at your fingertips. Player profiles and automatic clips as well. Never miss a moment with Game Changer. Visit gc.com. First pitch, hit into left field, sliding grab in foul territory by Morse to make the first out and retire Alex Dyer here in the sixth.
Well, that all happened because he got a great break on it. He never gave up right from the beginning. Let's watch his move if we can see him on the tape. He's going. See, he's full speed already. That's a nice piece of defense right there.
Not easy, right on the bump there.
Exactly, Brett. That was not an easy catch.
Cam Moran, first pitch swinging. Again, knocked down by the second baseman, Joseph Flint. Gets on to first. Nice stab by Stoughton. 2 pitches, 2 outs. As Moran now 0 for 2 with the walk, and it brings up Andrew Berthium, the pitcher, 0 for 2 with the strikeout.
I'll see if Andrew can help himself out, but Finn's been right on today.
He has been dealing. He's only allowed 1 hit, and that came in the 5th. Excuse me, 2 hits. Scoreboard's not correct out there in left field. He gave his 2 singles in the 5th to Nigro and to Willerer. Broke up a string of 11 in a row, retired at one point by Finn.
Finn's been doing a lot of off-speed stuff, really mixing up the velocity of the ball, location, movement. He's really put in a masterful game so far.
1-2 the count.
Nice pitch.
And that is the 3rd out. Impressive. 1, 2, 3 go the Mules here in the 6th. And it's still 9-0 Sunapee. Finn Flint. He has been dealing, as that is strikeout number
Gotta be
7.
I was going to say 7. Lucky 7.
7 strikeouts for Finn Flint, and he's got his team firmly in control. 9-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And again, make sure you stay with us, folks, as we will have the Division I State Championship coming up 4 o'clock. Don't want to miss that. Pinkerton Academy and Londonderry, the Astros and the Lancers going at it. And then again, the nightcap will have the Division II game, Hollis Brookline and St. Thomas.
That'll be a fun game to watch, too.
Saw Hollis Brookline beat Hanover in the semifinals last week down in Concord. Played at Beautiful Doan Field, and Hanover, really good team. Hollis Brookline, though, from start to finish, they were the team to beat, and so it'll be interesting to see if the Cavs can secure the state championship. If I'm not mistaken, I believe It would just be the second title in Hollis Brookline history. They had a bunch when they were Hollis
Yeah,
back in the day.
Young school.
Yes.
Not bad considering. What have they been in business here, about 12 years?
Has it been that recent that they merged?
Yeah, it's probably longer than that. You're right.
Hollis Brookline, of course, mostly in Division II across the board.
Isn't Google a wonderful
It is a beautiful
way to
tool
get
have.
information, as long as it's accurate?
1997 it was established.
Okay, so
25 years.
Yeah, 25, yeah, I'm way off. I'm thinking when Bedford High School came on in 2007. You're right, because Hollis Brookline, yeah, right. Okay.
And that was a big shift when Bedford kind of came into the sports here. It probably hurt schools like Man West more than anything, losing.
Well, I was involved in that one really intensely, and then was on the school board from 2005 to 8 because I wanted to participate in getting it online. And the architect and the contractors that we had work on that school did a terrific job for a terrific price.
I believe they hosted a couple of high school playoff games. Might have been during the COVID year.
They did. And we almost didn't have bleachers, press box, and lights at that field. But
that pretty much changed the dynamic, though, of the athletic scene again, with having Bedford kind of having its own.
It took a little while to get Bedford up to Division I. I think longer than it probably. I think they could have gone up a little sooner, certainly in some sports. But what that did is it kind of finished the fabric, if you will, of a nice bunch of Division I rivalries.
Yeah.
And Division I is right now is really all the divisions are great. I don't think we needed 6 divisions. I think 4 works.
I agree.
But we leave that up to the NHIAA to decide. But I think that was a good move by them to do that.
Hunter Morris just got plunked. He leads off the 6th inning, hit by a pitch.
It was just too many trophies with too thin a conference, and these 4 trophies that you get that are being handed out, or championship trophies or plaques, I should say, that have been handed out now. These are well-earned, parity amongst schools, etc. So these are done a nice job with that, and as the state grows and high schools either expand or make an honest effort to move up a division after they get in the winning ways, and vice versa if they don't. And
well, it's tough for the schools that are constantly moved down. So in the Upper Valley where I am, Stevens is one of those schools constantly moved from Division II to Division III. Lebanon at one point played Division III football. So it's all about that enrollment, as Drew Clifford is ahead in the count 2-0 here. He's 0 for 3. But I do like the opportunity the NHIAA gives for programs that are struggling to move down a division. You can't play in the postseason if that happens, but it gives those schools a chance to try and build back the programs.
Could not agree more. And once they get it built back, if you have the enrollment, you need to move back up again. And I think that's been look at West High School now, getting down to some lower divisions and working their way and their systems back in the winning ways little by little.
Ball skips away from the catcher, rounding second, and thought about going for 3 was Morse, but he'll stay at second on the pass ball.
But they're just one school that I think is, when you look at Wyndham playing up in Division I, that's just a town that they want Division I program. They've worked extremely hard in all the different sports to stay competitive. But their enrollment could easily put them in Division II. So Alvin's moved up on some up and down in some things to try to build. So I agree with you, Brett. Having that capability, but you got to demonstrate what either direction. You got to demonstrate not that there's good reasons for it, and I think those have been managed pretty well.
Swung on, hit in the air to left field. That'll drop for a base hit. And held at third is Roth, trying to chug in for a extra base hit is Drew Clifford. So he gets a single, advancing on the throw. First and second, nobody out here in the 6th, and Sunapee's offense clicking. Long single for Clifford, and then again advancing on the throw. As we'll see the replay right here, and again, just a nice solid piece of hitting by Sunapee. And it looks like here we're going to have a pinch hitter. It'll be Charles Gallant.
What's the enrollment of Sunapee now? I wonder. Geez, Brett, I didn't mean to have you look up. I thought you had all this stuff up the top of your head. I didn't.
So we got a pinch hitter here as Charles Gallant will hit for Cole Fair.
Looks like Pinkerton is filing in.
Pitch misses outside.
Boy, Cam has been busy behind the plate, has he not?
He has been, and he's been playing really well. Called strike. Sunapee has a school enrollment of 155.
Wow. Oh, nice pitch.
Pitch in there for a strike.
Did you say 155?
That is what I am seeing here. Newmarket with 280, which is one of the higher numbers in Division 4. Pitch misses.
There's a lot of factors that go into that, though.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. Pinkerton Academy with the biggest enrollment in NHIAA. They have over 3,200 students.
Is it over 32?
It is. Swing and
At one
miss.
time, I think it was 35, wasn't it?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Gallant goes down, swing and a miss, so that's strike 3.
I was talking to Coach O'Reilly on the football side of things with the where they can go out of state now and place back to playing some out of state games, which is great, and they're back to playing Brockton High School. That was a rivalry for decades.
The Boxers.
The Brockton Boxers.
Swung on as lifting this one is Jacob Stoughton, and the infielders couldn't find a lost it in the sun. They quickly get it to home plate, and everybody will be safe. Boy, the Mules defense having plenty of issues with the sun. We'll see the replay right here.
Originally, I thought it was miscommunication, but it's more the sun. They couldn't find it. Nice job recovering, though, and firing it in.
Another bases loaded situation here. 1 out. Lakers can sense it here. Stan Jerkois now is coming out to talk to Peter DiPaolo. Not really sure what Jerkois is discussing here. Richard Driscoll, our first base umpire.
I don't know what this is about. Do you?
Not sure. Well, Stan Jerkois is a little agitated there. But again, I'm not too sure what.
Yeah, I don't know what this. The fact that he went down to the first base umpire and had a discussion with him that's what's confused me. I don't know. I thought it might be about.
I'm trying to think if it was maybe a play before or.
No, I thought it might be the crowding of the plate because Sunapee's done a terrific job of really coming in tight, crowding the plate. Give him credit. Grab what you can. Wow.
Liner back up the middle for a base hit. 1 run scores. They're going to wave around another. And that's it. It's over. Sunapee wins it. The Division 4 state champions, the Sunapee Lakers. First one since 2014.
They put together a nice game plan. They were all over the plate all game, and I think that's Cam feeling it a little bit. He worked his tail off behind the plate. Deserves a lot of credit, even in this loss for Newmarket. Deserves a lot of credit.
10th state championship in program history, and the Lakers beat Newmarket 10-0 in 5 innings. And it was a close game early on before Sunapee put up 2 runs in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and then they get the 1 run here in the 6th to put the icing on the cake. And just like in 2012, when these two teams met in the state title game, this time once again Sunapee comes away with the title.
Yeah, all this started, this momentum started with a bunch of walks delivered by Newmarket and some good at-bats, laying off some pitches that were out of the strike zone. I give Sunapee all the credit in the world. They continually crowded the plate all game. I mean, so many of those players, they're being trained properly to get over that plate, make it difficult for a pitcher to pitch, and they really, really gave, in my opinion, Nick Nigro a difficult run that he had. And the walks as they always do, when you give people walks, multiple walks in the same inning, it can go down very quickly, and they were just never able to recover that. They had an opportunity there. I thought when it was 6-0, when they had an opportunity to get 2 or 3 runs, it just didn't happen, and it just kind of sailed away from them after that. Some clutch hitting as well.
Sunapee was led stellar pitching by Finn Flint. What an effort for him.
That was my last point. How I was going to end the game. Pitching is just so important. The old Kenny Harrelson used to say, pitching wins games. It really does, and you know, I thought that Finn Flint has great stamina, has the ability to kind of go off course a little bit, get himself mechanically without having the coach come out, get himself mechanically. That's all done through practice and effort, and become a student of the game and understand what his responsibilities are when. This guy's a total player, so whether it's Division 1, 2, or 3 college doesn't really matter. If I was a college looking for a good pitcher out of New Hampshire, he'd be on my list because he's got the discipline to get it done. He's got a lot of work that's gone into this young man's game, and he was cool through the whole game. And I thought his location selection, the sequencing of his pitches, as well as recognizing the dangerous times in the game and making good decisions. Just a smart player. And he had a good defense behind him, and both of these coaches impressed me a great deal. But today, I thought Tom Frederick, we were talking about this earlier, Brett, and I'll end with this. I thought Coach Frederick knew how he was aware in the beginning part of that game, I think in the 2nd inning, Brett, if I'm not mistaken. He knew how important it was to get a couple runs on the board for his pitcher, to get him ahead, make him feel good, and they never looked back from there.
Sunapee will graduate 7 seniors, and the good thing is Finn Flint is only a sophomore, so things are looking bright for Sunapee.
When you've got a pitcher like that as a sophomore, keep him injury-free. You got a franchise player to build that team around over the next 2 years ahead of us. So, and you know, guess what? When you go to the championship game, it's one game. This isn't a 7-game series where you have to pitch a whole rotation of pitchers. This is one game, and that's a huge advantage at the high school level to have an ace, and Coach Frederick has an ace.
Newmarket, they'll graduate just 3 starters, so the Mules were making their 4th straight state championship appearance. They're going to be around. They're going to be hanging around.
There's no question.
Much to the dismay of other Division IV fans, but they're going to be there.
Let's not be hard on. Let's give Nick Nigro credit where credit was due. I mean, he had a tough lineup to pitch there. And it had some inopportune times. He didn't have the backup that he needed at critical times. And then once the walks get in motion, the psychology gets in your head. How many? 8 walks. That's just there's breakdown there. But you know, in my opinion, Nick Nigro is a good pitcher. That's not the issue. It's just Finn Flint was just off the charts today.
Held a very good Mules offense in check here this afternoon.
Did.
No doubt about it. So, Sunapee, they claim their 10th championship in program history. They'll finish the season at 17-4. Newmarket will fall to 14-6. But both of these programs, as we said at the beginning of the broadcast, they're always in the hunt in Division IV.
Absolutely.
Would not be surprising if these two teams go at it again here next year. So the final score in the Division IV state championship, it's Sunapee 10 and Newmarket 0, winning it here in 6 innings. Don't go anywhere. We got more baseball coming
Got a big
up.
one.
Oh, yeah, the Division I state championship, Pinkerton and Londonderry.
Special thanks again to our camera crew out there. John Barron this morning for setting us all up and the commitment he put in. Craig Incardoni, just invaluable out there in the left field. Matt Beals up in right field doing a terrific job. Ben Beals back at the director's studio, bang up as usual, giving us all different types of looks at the game. And my partner here, Brett, who just continues to sail through play-by-play like he's done it before.
Thank you so much, Steve. And again, thanks to our hardworking production crew, as you just mentioned, for putting this together. Great job. And we got 2 more championship games coming up at 4 o'clock. It's the Division I state championship, Pinkerton Academy and Londonderry. So make sure you stay with us. First pitch at around 4 o'clock. So again, the final score, Sunapee 10, Newmarket nothing in the Division IV state championship. The Lakers take it all here in Manchester. Don't forget, the 2022 NHIAA Service Credit Union Baseball Championships continue at 4 o'clock. The Division I title game, we'll have it for you right here on FNL NH Media on NFHS Network.
NFHS Network. Go if you are looking to let your folks know. If you're already on, fine. But NFHS has some great opportunities to get into either a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription to tune into all their different games. And we at FNL and H Media are proud and honored to be able to carry this game for them.
And we'll be bringing you the Division I game coming up, 4 o'clock. So congratulations to the Division IV state champion Sunapee Lakers. And we'll talk to you in just about a little under an hour for the Division I game. For Steve Bills, I'm Brett Franklin. We'll talk to you in just a little bit for the Division I state title game.